Hello, this is for Leo for October. I don't know where my chat people are. Can't find it. There we go, live chat. Leo, what they said, what they promised. Hi, Leo. So, Leo, for October 2018. Guess what, Leo? Do you remember, Leo, what they told you? Do you remember what you told them? Do you remember the secret between the two of you? Do you remember that dance? Do you remember when they walked in the door and they ran into your arms? Do you remember that? Do you remember when they couldn't wait to see you? Do you remember when they finally told you that they loved you, Leo? Do you remember all that? Do you remember the countdown? Do you remember hoping and waiting when you were watching that clock? Do you remember, Leo, when you kept sitting there watching the clock, wondering if they were going to call you? Do you remember waiting for that, Leo? Leo, do you remember when you fell in love with this person? Because it seems very strong, very real. For some of you, you were waiting for that purpose. You were waiting to be engaged. You were waiting to be married. You were waiting to be courted. You were waiting to spend time with them. You were waiting to be important. You were waiting to be the only one who meant anything to them, okay? You waited, and you waited, and you waited, and you waited. They finally came, right? They finally came. Oh, no, it'll come back up, Mary Lou. I'm sorry. It'll come back up, sweetie. They waited, and they waited. Or you waited, and you waited. So which one is it? Am I speaking of Leos who were waiting for their partner, or am I speaking of Leos whose partner was waiting for you? So is your partner waiting for you and waiting for you and waiting for you? It seems like you're welcome. There is a lot going on where Leos are concerned because Leos, you know, you were stuck for quite a while. You were in and out of a toxic relationship for a while. When you finally got free from that, or you freed yourself from that, or maybe your partner walked away from that, which allowed you to be free, which allowed you to figure yourself out, figure out what was going on. Leo, it was a challenge for you. It was something that you weren't used to doing. It was a total new beginning for Leos, okay? Sometimes Leos just didn't know what to do. You know, when Leos needed to recover, yes. And when Leos, you're right, needed to get their mental clarity back, yes. Leos had to finally sit still. Or Leo, your partner did. Okay, so whichever way this goes, I am not always on one side. Just so you know, it is a balance. And when I'm reading energies about Leo, whether I'm picking up your energies or your partner's energies, it could be very close. Okay, some of you Leos had to leave a situation. Some of you, for your own sanity, had to walk out of a relationship, had to close the door, had to go forward. Or maybe you guys needed to watch your partner leave and let them go to wherever they needed to be. And that was okay for you because that gave you time, Leo, to figure out what was going on. I'm so glad, Abigail. Welcome. Please make sure you've all hit the like button, okay? So maybe you or your partner had to get away from it. They just couldn't take it anymore. You know, in the beginning, Leo, years back, maybe years back, you were in love with somebody so much, that partner. And then there was time. There was time. My grandma showed me a big space of time, a gap that you weren't together. Okay, maybe they went with somebody else. Maybe you went with somebody else. Maybe they married somebody else and then they divorced somebody else. But either way, you always remained on guard of your heart after that one situation. You always wanted them. You always sought them. You always seeked them out. You were always wondering about them. Yes, did you have other people in your life throughout the years? Of course you did. Yes, of course you did. But you always had that one that you sat there with your hands folded and you waited. You hoped that that would come back around. You hoped that that would finally work out. You went through some bullshit, Leo, with other relationships and other people. You've even helped your friends get through some shit with their relationships and things that were going on. Things that even were similar to what you were going on in your relationship. When you were helping a friend out to get through some heartache and some rough spots in their relationship, you too could compare how you felt because of what you were going through. So believe all that. Believe you me. There's a lot of bullshit that Leos had to put up with. Okay. But Leo, even though the kind of people that you are, which I just love Leos, because you're strong people. And you know what? You find out later that your strength was even more than you ever thought you could bear. Because at times when you felt like you could never do something, you felt like you could never possibly deal with something, you could never withstand the hurt or the pain that you went through. At the time when you were going through it, you kept telling yourself, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm never going to make it. I don't even know how to begin. I don't even know how to pick up these pieces. It's like a glass shattering. There's so many pieces. You know how when a glass shatters, pieces go everywhere. They're already out in the living room. You drop the glass in the kitchen and there's a piece of glass all the way out in the living room. Everything shatters. And when your love life, when your love, when your hopes, when your dreams get freaking shattered because somebody had to make an asinine, selfish choice or decision that they thought just impacted them, because it was all about them wanting to be happy, them wanting to find what worked for them. But it was like, to hell with you and your feelings. When you found this out, and that glass, so to speak, your heart, I'm referring to your heart, but I'm using this scenario here, as your glass shatters all the frick over the place, right? All you can do is get out that broom and the dustpan. Then you get the little mini vac or the electric broom or whatever, trying to pick up the other little pieces, because you know you're going to walk out there in bare feet later and you don't want to step on the shit. Or you got kids and you're worried about them stepping on it. Or you got cats or dogs. You don't want them stepping on it. So what happens after all that shit shatters? There's so many pieces to pick up. It's overwhelming. You're just shaking your head like, oh God, how am I ever going to clean all this mess up? I got to go to sleep. I got to go to work. I don't have time to deal with all this shit. I can't believe what I just found out. Okay, so that's where you were, Leo. But even when you were going through your own shit, then the phone rings. Bring, the phone rings. And you have your friend on the phone. Oh, hi, Mary. Do you have a minute? You're never going to believe what Ty did to me tonight. You're not going to believe what I found out. Isn't that what happens? Somebody calls you and they got some shit going on. And then you're like, oh my God, you won't believe this. I'm going through this right now. Oh, thank you, Leo, son. Miss you. I'm doing Leo. So my point is, when you're going through the shit, Leo, you have that friend who calls you up and they're going through the same kind of shit. Maybe that shit has a different name and that shit has a different partner, or that shit has a different reason that they're fighting. But either way, drama's going on down the street, drama's going on in your house, and you're trying to help them too. Oh, and you're trying to help them too to get through their shit. But at the same time, your heart's broken. But Leo, don't you remember that time when you first knew that your friend came back, when you first knew that that partner was around you, when you first knew that the possibilities of getting back with somebody you loved for so long was there? Don't you remember that excitement? Don't you remember when you couldn't sleep at night? Don't you remember looking up at the ceiling, laying in your bed, trying to fall asleep because you had to go to work the next morning, but you couldn't get him or her off your mind? Don't you remember, Leo, that first time when they told you they love you too, or they missed you too? When that happened, you had no idea what to do from there. You were in awe, right? You were in awe. And everything got better. Even that job you had to go to that you hated, it was a breeze for you that day, right? Because your person, your man or your woman said, I love you back. Or they said, I miss you too. Or they out of the blue called you and surprised you, initiating that, right? You didn't have to initiate it that day. They did it to you. They made you feel so happy and excited. They gave you hope again, right? They gave you hope. They tried to make you believe the truth that they loved you. They do. They did. They always will. They tried. They go through their own shit. Or maybe, Leo, you're going through some shit. But they have their own mental shit, too, that they're going through, your partner. So for you cross watchers, yes, Leo is going through some shit emotionally, trying to handle things, trying to balance things, trying to make that coin. They're trying really hard to make that coin because they're trying to prepare for what's to come later. They're trying to now sow all their things that are important for them later, for the dream they're trying to achieve. So right now, Leos are either making money, saving money, putting money away, investing money, killing themselves working 1 trillion billion hours, trying to get that foundation strong so that a house can be built up on it. Okay, so when you have the foundation and then you build the house, okay, and after you get the house, you can have all the people. You remember that little trick you used to do? So Leos are so busy planting their seeds. Seeds are money, investments, long-term job, family, a good vehicle, health insurance, everything that they can do to help provide for the family that they want to have that dream built. Okay, so when you plant your seeds, just like any garden, you must water it, you must nurture it. Okay, some people talk to their plants, whatever works. But you must maintain, right? Without maintenance, without maintaining something, no matter what it is, if it's your car, you don't maintain it, it don't run. If it's your relationship, you don't maintain it, you don't thank it, you don't appreciate it, you don't feed it, you don't nurture it, you don't caress it, you don't love it, it won't last. Okay? We all know that. So when you're planting your seeds, you must water your seeds. The sun must be able to come down and shine on them so that you can have a sprout grow up. Okay? So that that tree, that flower, that seed, that investment, whatever it is, can grow. Okay? You keep giving and giving and giving to it, or giving and giving and giving to someone. Okay? Eventually, it's going to give you something back. So you plant the seed, you water it, the sun comes, it nurtures it, maybe bees come, pollinate, all that good stuff happens, and you get your flowers, you get your plant, you get your flower, you get your tree. Okay, so when you give something, you expect something back. And that's what happened. You gave your love to this person, you gave it, you gave it, you gave it, you gave it. And now it's trying to come back. So for Leos, it's trying to come back. The universe is trying to help you to reap what you sowed. Good karma is trying to come back to Leos. Okay? A lot of Leos are sitting like this and wondering, what do I do now? How long do I have to wait? When is he or she going to call me? What are they thinking? Where is this going? Am I wasting my time? Meanwhile, she's there or he's there. Either way, whether it's you thinking about her or her thinking about you, either way, somebody's wondering what the other person is doing. Somebody's waiting for somebody to come back. Somebody's waiting for somebody to show them how much they love them. Somebody is waiting to find out, is their heart going to get broken? Is all this for nothing? Is all the work I'm putting in for nothing? Am I just looking at my own reflection? Is it only me, what I see, when I'm giving so much love? Am I pretending in my own mind, looking at my own reflection, that they love me back? Or am I looking at my own love, mistaking that for theirs? And I'm thinking, because I'm seeing that reflection of love, I'm thinking that's them giving it to me, right? Or is it them giving it to you? It's hard to say. For some of you, it's like roulette, Russian roulette to be exact. Because every time that trigger's pulled, you don't know which time there's going to be a round in there. You don't know that. Every time you pull it, boom, miss, boom, miss. You never know. So you're waiting and you're debating on things, okay? Now, some of you, yes, are smoking. Some of you are smoking more when you worry. Some of you are definitely doing something toxic, whether it's drinking and smoking or just drinking or just smoking. but you're doing it more when you worry. This is what you're doing when you worry. Okay, that's for some of you. Okay, some of you are like the Three of Swords. Some of you have had to walk away from something. You got tired of all the work. You got tired of being the only one planting these seeds, trying to prepare for tomorrow. It's so true. Some of you had to deal with this bullshit, right? You had to deal with the tower. It wasn't easy. Some of you are still sitting there trying to figure out what's the next step. Some of you have weighed all your options. Some of you have very good things to work on. Some of you have a lot of challenges in front of you. So for Leos, whether it's your finances or your love life, there's challenges there. But Leo is so strong. That's why Leo is the lion. Leo has the strength to pull themselves and to help pull their partner with them. Okay? They definitely do. Again, somebody is wanting. Somebody is wanting. It's the King of Cups. Somebody is wanting to make a decision between two. And two doesn't have to mean two people. It doesn't have to be another person involved like that. Not always. For some, yeah, there is. I'm sorry, there is. But for some of you, this can just be somebody who's lost in their own way. That's self-sabotaging a situation. Okay, somebody that Leo is in love with, or maybe it's Leo, whichever way this works for you. Flip it to your own script. But this is somebody that's up in their own head. Somebody whose shit's all messed up right now from past shit. Okay, somebody who can't make a decision on their own. Somebody who don't know whether to go back and forth or to come all the way forward to you. Somebody doesn't know what to do. So they're keeping the two right now. Somebody might have somebody around them that is just support. Somebody is supporting them. Somebody is emotionally, maybe financially, maybe somebody's housing them. Maybe somebody's giving them money. Maybe somebody's feeding them. Maybe somebody's giving them a ride to and from work. Maybe somebody is helping them to survive. And that's why they're here. But this being Leo, you want them to come here. You want them in front of you. You want to take care of this person. And Leo will fight. Leo will fight to take care of you, will fight to show you how much they love you. Leos are great, great, great lovers and people. Their heart is so big, but you know what? F with a Leo. Mess up a Leo. Cheat a Leo. Lie to a Leo. Then I'm done. Don't call me. Please delete my number. Delete my email. Don't call me. Because when Leos get pissed, they get pissed real quick. They don't play shitty games. They don't want to. When Leo decides to put their heart in something, they put it in 110%. Hey, Des. They definitely do, right? They do. But I will tell you, there's a lot of action coming. But there also is something mysterious coming for Leo. Somebody's willing to put on a blindfold. Now, this could be sexually, okay? Somebody likes to play little frisky games, or nothing wrong with it. Whatever goes on behind your door, keep it there. Don't tell me. But anyway, somebody may want to do that. Somebody may be trying to create something. Somebody may be trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Somebody may be saying they're wanting to come forward. Somebody's wanting to be with you, but they're still afraid to take that jump. It's not because they don't love you. It's not because they don't want to be with you. It's because they fear you right now. They're afraid to go that far. They're afraid to put it all in there, okay? That's what I'm getting. They're afraid. They're afraid because in the past, aren't these beautiful cards that I got? In the past, thank you, Denise. In the past, they just don't know. In the past, they got hurt. In the past, somebody lied. In the past, you see the tears coming down? That's the teardrops. That's the teardrops coming. That's all the pain, okay? And when you look here, somebody had two options. So they're crying because they were a choice. They weren't the option. I mean, they weren't the choice. These are the options. They wanted to be a choice, but they weren't. They were part of the options. And that's why they cried. They cried a river. They literally cried a river. And the stream that's flowing there, it means it was off and on. It was off and on because you see, it's not a straight stream. It wiggles, meaning that At one point they thought it was good, so it was going a little straight, and then it wasn't good, and then it was good, and then it wasn't good. And this is how it came right to you. It just came like this, right to you. What are you going to do now that here it is? You're going to have to deal with it, right? You're going to have to deal with it. So when they come back to you, they contact you, they call you, you get messages, okay? Messages, messages come in. Okay, so let's say messages come in, they contact you, they tell you they want to see you, they want to be with you, they love you, they miss you, they're making an offer to you. Okay, at this point, it's a new beginning. Okay, so at this point, you had an ending, and then there's a new beginning. So they come back, and they offer to you their love. They want to be intimate with you, okay? They want to spend their time with you. They want things to work out. With this being said, at the same time, you're sitting strong. You're worried about the options that they had in the past. You're feeling like in the past somebody already cut your heart out, okay? Because that's what's happening here. Somebody's cutting someone's heart out, okay? And then somebody else has an attitude like, oh, get over it. Stop whining. Let me play this song because you're singing the blues. Poor you. You're the victim, whatever. That's how somebody's thinking. You know what? That's the person that's the narcissist that's thinking that. That's the person that's manipulative, sneaky, lying, cheating. They're the ones that's calling you, oh, now you're playing the victim. That's how they treat you. Guess what? You're deciding that, you know what? I'm not doing this. You're deciding that, you know what? If you think there's going to be two of us and I'm going to allow you to be with her and I'm going to allow you to have everything here, that's not happening. We're not doing that. I'm not sharing. I'm not sharing, okay? But the truth is that you see the infinity sign. You see the infinity. The truth is you can't stop loving them no matter what they've done to you. No matter how much pain is there. Leo, you can't stop loving them. You can't stop loving them. Everywhere you look, you see them. Everywhere you reach, you see them. Even when you're at work, you're looking, you see the cups to be full, not empty. Okay, for some of you, it is your last choice. Okay, you see he's holding that weapon. He's getting rid of the extra person. That's when it's ending. They're ending the third-party situation, so they're getting rid of someone. Okay, that's what that means to me. For you, there's going to be a celebration. Okay, you are going to celebrate. You are going to play your instruments loudly. The sun will shine for you. Okay, the sun will shine for you. Things will be positive. Here's the Page of Swords. Can't miss it. Beautiful, right? Someone, either your partner or you, is going to have a talk with someone else and find out exactly what they should do in order to get you back. They want to know which way to handle this. They want to know how to do this without messing up. Some of them don't want to put their foot in their own mouth. Okay, you see that card? Somebody's trying not to put their own foot in their own mouth. Okay, somebody is busy listening and thinking of their partner, listening to music all the time. Okay, or somebody is all up in their head with all kind of negative messages, not knowing what to do about the situation. For some of you, there is going to be a celebration. There is going to be a return. There is going to be a regrouping, regathering, reuniting. Some of you are just focused on your money, only counting your coins, not trying to be in a relationship right now, not trying to go back with anybody. You just want to make your money grow right now because that's where you're feeling your happiness is, finding your stability. Some of you are going to find the justice in a situation. Okay, the justice card is coming through. You will find out the justice in a situation, okay? Some of you are dealing with the Queen of Wands. Okay, some of you are spending time maybe with your pets, taking a walk, being outside, socializing, okay? Some of you are going to deal with new growths, new beginnings, new starts. That is going to be a blessing for you. Some of you are going to be out pretty much at the moon. This girl's washing her hair out at the moon. She's over there, and now she's filling up her cup and then dumping it back out. She's not sure if she wants it. She takes it, she puts it back. She takes it, she puts it back. Some of you, after you get done at nighttime, it's evening time, you're getting ready for bed, you've done your hair, you've taken your shower and your bath, and now you're trying to dispose of all the negativity you've had all day. And that's what I get with this card. A lot of you are trying to do your meditations and clear out the negative, which is great. I do feel like there are many of you who are going to be very lucky, many of you who are going to be lucky in love, many of you who are going to take the world by the balls, so to speak, and do what you need to do, find your happiness, okay? There are some of you who are going to have an ending to a situation. You're not going to deal with it anymore. You've made that decision. You're strong enough now, Leo, to walk away when you need to, or maybe your partner is. But you're strong enough to walk away when you need to. So do what you need to do because you've got the strength now. You've got the tools that you need to move forward, okay? No longer are you going to have to make a decision between two. No longer. You already know what to do. And if your partner doesn't make their choice real quick, you're going to do it for them, okay? So that's what I feel, that you're finally going to look at your reflection and you're going to realize that, you know what? I love me. I love me just the way I am. If they don't, they can go to hell. That's pretty much where you're at. Because you do have the strength. You have the strength to do this. You have the strength to turn your back on a situation. You definitely have the strength to make the fool out of them. Let them be the clown, because you know what? You're not going to be it no more for them. Let them be the clown. Let them be the joker or the devil, okay? Let them be it, because you're not having it. You're not having it. You are going to take yourself and you're going to make the strength come out for you. Somebody is going to sit. Maybe you have a child. Maybe you're expecting a child. Somebody's going to sit and have a long conversation with somebody. Maybe that's your mom. Maybe that's your dad. Maybe that's your best friend. Okay, but you are going to sit and talk with somebody and let them know what's been going on, how you've been feeling, and what you need to do. You are finally going to have success. Okay, Leo, you are going to be at the top of the world. No more worries, no more problems. It is going to be success. Yes, definitely, Des. Yes. So that is my Leo reading, which has ended at 27. Thank you all for your time. I hope you enjoyed my reading, and I will be back again soon. Not sure who I'm going to do next. Haven't made my mind up yet, but it probably will be Aquarius. So I will see you all very soon, and I will be back in a little while with Aquarius.